We're gonna start with our good mornings. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good. I was about to say whatever, depending on where you are, of course. What a day, what a weekend it has been. I was alone with the kids this weekend. I think it's the first time I've been completely alone for more than. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I had the kids for 4 days when Beauty was in Brussels. Cool. It was a good. It was a good weekend actually. We had a lot of fun. Played games. Had fun. Gave me a little bit of perspective on the current state that I'm in, and also gave me a little bit of perspective on where I want to go from here. I want to try to elevate my content as much as I can, and for that to happen, I'll have to do something else, I guess. So I think going into 2025, I'm gonna relaunch a new product. I'm gonna relaunch myself as a coach. I'm gonna go into fitness and health. And then I'm gonna try to get better at that, make some videos and content about that and how my journey will go. I think it's a good transition towards the goal that I want to have for myself. So yeah, I think that's the way I want to go. I'm not sure it's gonna take me to where I want to go eventually, but I'm pretty sure it will take me to where I need to go and where I want to go. And I think that's worth pursuing in some sense. So yeah. Also this week I am going to have a meeting about my future in the company I work for. We're gonna talk about me trying to come back in some sense full time, and in some other consensus half time, I guess. I would love to do that. I'd love to come back, try to grind it back up, I guess. So yeah, I think that's the perspective that I got from being at home with the kids. Also, I think I've made progress during my understanding of getting better. So I'm getting closer to understanding myself better in some sense. And I think that is a good thing. It's always good to get to know yourself in the best possible way. So yeah, I'll try to go forward and try to become the person that I used to be instead of the person that I wanted to be or become in some sense. I think I need to go from where I was until, if they're not, then they're enemies to be feared. They're truly enemies. Yeah, I agree. But moral is a moral complex, right? So if you're not morally in it, then your morals become blurred, and then the lines will cross into, then they will get intertwined, and then you will not move forward. So I think progress is the biggest fear that we all have in life. And I think you need to elevate yourself to get to a point where you want to make sure that you need progress instead of you wanting progress more than you need it. Because then you will not elevate yourself from becoming the things that you want to. And I think most of us have had different difficulties in life, and I think some of the reasons that we have issues all around the world, and most of all the young generation, is that we try to maximize life. We see a millionaire on TV, we see a billionaire on TV, and we instantly think, I can become that guy. The problem is it's so far, far away, and the thing that they don't necessarily preach is how long it took for them to get there and how many bodies they had to step over, right? Because for someone to get wealthy, someone has to get poor. And that, in some sense, is a difficult state of mind to be in unless you understand the complexity of that being the case. So, with that being said, I think that you have to go from one place to another. I think you have to try to elevate yourself each and every day. Not necessarily saying that you have to do magnificent things and every day has to be the most awesome day in your entire existence, right? But if you have the thought process of you having the greatest day of your life each and every day, I think you will move from one place to another really, really quick. Instead of you complaining about, oh fuck, it's Monday, think of Monday as being the best day of the week. Think of Monday being the actual starting place from where you had your weekend, and until you get to the end of the week. So Monday is the best day, Friday is the worst day, because Friday means have 3 days off work. No, your wealth doesn't lessen others, but I think that the fact is that people want to get wealthy because people see wealth as being some sort of happiness. And I think people will grasp onto the idea or the idealism about being healthy as one thing that we have to make sure that we have to be, right? And I think that's a very, very different, and I think that's a very, very dangerous context. Um, so that being said, I think that a lot of things that are happening in our youth is because of the understanding that we try to maximize our lives, and we always try to maximize our output in life. And I think sometimes that makes people get, or at least be sick. Not necessarily getting sick, but I think when you try to maximize your life and your existence, then you forget the most important things. And that's why we have a lot of people who are burned out and stressed and depressed and all kinds of shit, right? That's why our young generation is on the verge of being extremely unhappy as well. I think there's a very distinguished idealism about um, war being the implication of you. Oh no, it's I'm sad because Israel is at war or Ukraine is at war with Russia, right? But I think to understand the war and the complexity of war, you have to understand the people within. Because I can sit here in coastal Denmark and complain about all kinds of stupid shit, right? But who am I to complain when people in Russia, people in Ukraine are dying every day, or people in Gaza are getting bombed, right? I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and if you're not at least a little bit, just a little bit, either terrified or in the knowing and then scared for either loved ones, parents, family, whatever, then I think you're doing poorly in life. That's my opinion. I can be wrong, but that's my opinion. So I think if you're not aware, you have to get yourself to a place where you need to be aware. But with that being said, the most important thing that I wanted to come on here and say and talk about is my journey. I've been sick with depression now for almost 2 months. What I've been doing myself and what I am capable of doing every day is look in the mirror and say, tomorrow is going to be a new day. Tomorrow is going to get better. And then act on the fact that I knowingly think that and I knowingly know that that's going to be the case. So from going from one place to another, you have to be eligible to wanting to go there. If you're not willing to go there, then you have a problem. Um, but going into 2025, I'm gonna not make gaming content any longer. I'm not gonna be focusing on making gaming content. It's gonna be a little bit different. I want you guys to know, not necessarily you guys. I appreciate each and everyone who's coming here. Please like the video and yeah, drop a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you want to subscribe or comment on the video, I would appreciate that as well. But that's on you, your own free will, of course. But going into 2025, I'm gonna become a person who are going to talk about health. I'm going to talk about training. I'm going to do motivational videos. That's a dangerous field because there's a lot of people doing it. But I will do it in a coaching perspective. So I'm going to go into the live coaching, lessonly content and try to do that way more than I've done before. And I think the best part about it is that I'm not afraid of doing it. I'm not scared of going into it because I've done this for almost 10 years now. And I think it will truly define where I want to go in life. And I want to document that as a thing for my kids to watch. I want to document that for people to watch and get inspired by it. And I think that's a very important thing in the world that we need right now is we need to get inspired by other people, or we need to, I mean, people always say that the best thing you can say to another human being is that I love you, right? And I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form, but I say from one human to another, we need to love each other more than we do right now. And I think that is the mindset I'm going to go into 2025 with. So my New Year's resolution, if you could call it that, is that I want to be able to go back into helping people. I want to go back into the mindset of trying to help as many people as I possibly can. And I want to get healthy while doing it as well. So you're not going to see me play computer for that much longer. Because I am not gonna waste more time. I'm gonna say it like that. I want to get from point A to point B, and I know how to do it. I know where I need to go. I know which mind space I have to get into, and I'm gonna make damn sure that I get there. I'll at least try to do my very, very best to get there. So going into 2025, I'm gonna do a 180 and do other kind of content. I hope you will follow me on this journey. It's gonna be something that I will never forget. It's gonna be something where you're gonna see pain and you're gonna see where pain takes me. I'm gonna try to maximize myself from where I am now at a fat 96 kilograms, um, all the way down to at least 80. Ideally I want to hit 81 kilograms. We'll see where it takes us, but we really want to show the people, show the whole world that you can get from A to B really quickly if you start appreciating yourself and get a mindset of you try to become something and you want to become something that you haven't been. You want to get from one place to another, but you want to get there by your strength, your courage, and your own attempt of succession, right? And I think that's a very important step in my life on where I want to become or where I want to go and where I want to show that everybody can do it and anybody can do it. So that's the content you can expect from me in the future. That's the content that I'll go in with the mindset of doing in 2025. It's going to be way, way different, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be something different. That's for sure. That's for sure. Also for me, it's going to be different. But I hope you'll follow me on this journey. If you like my content, if you like the video or the speech that I did today, remember to drop a like on the video. I would appreciate it. I will say my goodbyes for now. I'll say have a nice day. Have a nice week. If you have any questions, anything that you are burning in with, I would like for you to comment on the videos. Tell me if you need assistance, if you want to talk, anything that I can be helpful with. I'll try to do that as well. But by default, I'm going to say my goodbyes and then I'm going to say have a nice day. I appreciate you stopping by and being here for a little time. It's been CoachLeflokz and I'm out. Peace.